In this chapter, we're going to be working on scene 6. So if you want to follow along, go to your project manager, right click and say import project. And we're going to be working with 3G scene 5 complete.drp. Open that up. And if you have any media offline, select both of these bins in your media pool, right click and say relink clips for selected bins. Go to your work files and select media and hit select folder. And that should reconnect everything for you and you should be good to go. Let's open up our video bin, close our bin list here, and we're going to be in metadata view and have scene and shot selected here. And we're going to scroll all the way down to scene 6. Let's take a look at scene 6 in our storyboard here. After she sees the car, she runs into the back of the warehouse and hides behind a shelf. All of a sudden, behind her is a gun, and it's the bad guy with the gun. He kicks her to the ground and looks all intimidating and everything. She says, "Please don't shoot." And he tosses the case away. Then they have a little talk right there. And she looks over to see herself, her past self. That's when she realizes that she's in a time loop. She freaks out and he shoots her. Then we see her dead body and we have a top-down shot, and then the body disappears and the time loop resets. And that's the end of the movie. So we're almost there. Isn't that great? So let's start with scene 6. This is her running into the warehouse. And so we'll have her kind of just slam the door here. We don't want to show that it's dark outside because this was shot at night when everybody had time to shoot, of course. So let's hit I for in right as that door is closing, and we'll have her run across here and hide. Then I'll hit O for out and drag this down into the timeline. We'll zoom in a little bit. Let's take shot 2. Now, this shot is interesting because we decided on set that it would be really cool if she were hiding here and then she looked and she saw where the body was supposed to be and saw that there wasn't any blood, there wasn't a body or anything, which would be her first clue that she's kind of in a time machine loop thing. It just didn't really play very well. In our first edit, we couldn't really get this to be really clear. It was just confusing. So that's kind of one of those things where if something's confusing, just cut it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No matter how much that idea might be nice. So one thing we could do is just use this kind of wide angle close-up, because really it's all we have for a close-up. It's probably not what I would choose ideally, but it will function in our edit to bridge a couple things. Let's check our focus here. I feel like something like that. And then let's do shot 3, and this is where the gun shows up. So she's looking this way, and then here's the gun. Let's listen to it.
The device. Hand it over.
Okay, I think that works. Let's bring that down. We also have shot 3, take 2.
The device. Hand it over.
And I think that works basically the same.
The device.
And we have her kind of finishing that movement here.
The device. Hand it over.
Please don't shoot.
Give me the case.
Listen, this is gonna sound crazy, but this thing, it's special, okay? It did something and...
This is an example of a typical dialogue scene. So we have 2 shots here. We have this first shot of his angle, and then we also have a shot of her angle, and this is the same thing. So what we're gonna do is probably just get all of his angle, and then we're gonna mix it with her angle here in the timeline. You could just take this line by line, but it's just a lot harder to do that. So it's just more confusing for no reason. So our last take is probably what we want.
The device. Hand it over.
Please don't shoot.
Give me the case.
Look, this is gonna sound crazy, but this thing, it's special, okay? I don't know what it did, but hey, you know there's 2 of these, right? Look, we can make something work. We can...
Yeah, I know there's 2 of them, but I am getting the distinct impression that you have not done this before.
Listen, man, I know that this case is worth a lot of money. And, you know, a second ago, I thought that's what I wanted, but this thing, it could help me.
I don't have time for this.
There. So this is all of his lines, and we're going to mix that with her lines. So let's colorize this. I'll use, I don't know, I'll use olive for his angle. And then we have the reverse angle, which we have take 2 here. Let's see how this goes.
The device. Hand it over.
Please don't shoot.
Give me the case.
Look, this is gonna sound crazy, but this thing, it's special. Look, I don't know what it does, but I mean, hey, you know there's 2 of these, right? I mean, we can figure something out.
Oh, I'm well aware that there's 2 of them, but I am getting the distinct impression that you have not done this before.
Look, man, I know this case is worth a lot of money. And, you know, a second ago, I thought that's what I wanted. But this thing, it could help me.
I don't have time for this.
Great. I think those lines work pretty well. So let's grab this and drag that in. And we're going to mix these here in a little bit. Let's colorize this as violet. And then let's move on. Shot 5. This is the wide shot of the same interaction.
Hand it over.
Please don't shoot.
Give me the case.
Look, this is gonna sound crazy. This thing, it's special, okay? It did something. Hey, look, there's 2 of them. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. But I'm getting the distinct impression that you haven't done this before.
Listen, I know this is worth a lot of money. And a second ago, you know, I thought that's what I wanted, but this thing could help me, okay?
I don't have time for this.
Okay. We'll grab that, drag that in. And we'll be mixing those later. And now once she's on the ground, this is him talking with her. So let's take 2.
Time for this.
And we'll start with him raising his gun.
Hold on. There are 2 of them. What if I help you find the other one? You know, you can have this one. That's fine. It's just...
You didn't listen to the message, did you? It said 1 device, 1 winner. Okay? Just because there's 2 of them, they're not gonna... Fuck off. You did not listen to the message, did you? It said 1 device, 1 winner. Okay? That's how this works. Doesn't matter if there's 2 of them. By the end of this, they're going to make sure that there is only 1.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right. So they talk for a while.
What are you talking about? Wait, no.
Time's up.
No!
And so that's the whole interaction from that angle. So we have multiple angles of this same interaction. And this is a great interaction because at any point we can mix in between these 3 shots here, the 2 angles in the wide, and then we have the 2 angles here. This is her falling down.
Hold on. There's 2 of them. You know, what if I help you find the other one? You can have this.
All right. So we have her falling down. That's good.